Hello guys, and welcome to another installment of A Computers and Technology. Today we have another 5.25-inch device from ICY. This is model MB322SP-B, and basically what this is going to allow you to do is stick two 2.5-inch hard drives or solid-state drives into a single 5.25-inch bay, along with an additional 3.5-inch device. Now I want to take a look at this as a cheaper alternative to the Tough Armor MB994SK. Basically what that device allows you to do is add four 2.5-inch hard drives into a single 5.25-inch bay. The thing is, the Tough Armor line of products is their enterprise line of products, and they come with an enterprise price attached. That single 5.25-inch bay was over 70 bucks. Not really affordable to the everyday consumer. It was an awesome product, really well built, but a little bit too expensive for my taste. If you want to check out that review, the link will be in the description, by the way. But with this Express Cage 5.25-inch drive bay, you can accomplish the same thing by using this bay along with one of their 2.5-inch to 3.5-inch hard drive and solid state drive adapters, and you can accomplish the exact same function for only 30 bucks. And this also gives you a little bit more flexibility too, because on this bottom bay right here, you don't have to necessarily install a drive adapter. You could also install a 3.5-inch hard drive, a media card reader, or a floppy drive. And I say floppy drive because they have a picture of it with a floppy drive installed right here. Not really sure why. A little bit outdated, guys. Maybe they should have placed a media card reader in there. That would have made a little bit more sense. I guess it was just easy to draw and design. I'm starting to ramble now, so what we're going to do today is unbox the product. I'm going to do that right now. Then we'll run it through some benchmarks to make sure there's no speed reductions through the, I believe it's a direct pass-through through your SATA ports. And then I'm actually going to install this into a PC to see what the installation process is like. So without further ado, let's go ahead and take this thing out of the box. Now let's see what we have here. And if you guys want to check this out, this is $26 on Amazon. The link will be in the description. So let's go ahead and yank this thing out of the box. First impressions are pretty good. We'll mess around with this a little bit more in just a second. Actually, no, because there's nothing else in the box. So we're going to mess around with it right now. All right, so the user manual is actually inside the plastic wrap that the drive cage is enclosed in. So we're going to go ahead and pull it out. I'll grab the user manual, and we have some drive screws for installation of the drives and installation of the drive bay itself, and I'll just pull this out. Now, overall quality is actually pretty good. You would think to get down to this price range, they would have to cut a couple corners, and it wouldn't be too great, but it's actually a pretty solid 5.25-inch drive bay. When I try to flex it in my hands, there's absolutely no flex because the outer shell is actually composed of what I believe is steel. Now that is only the outer casing. The rest of the unit is composed of what I believe is ABS plastic. It's still solid, but once again, it's not completely composed of steel like the Tough Armor series of drive bays are. Let's go ahead and take a closer look at the entire unit itself. On the front, you can see that we have two 2.5-inch drive cages right here. To pull one out, all you have to do is push back on this button. The arm will pop out, and you can pull it out by the arm. Same story with the other one, just like that. Really easy to pull these out. Now, these are composed entirely of plastic, and they are a bit flimsy, so you're gonna have to be a little bit careful when you take them out to insert a 2.5-inch drive. They're not horrific though, and I'm not too concerned about quality there. Right here you can see that 3.5-inch bay where you can add that extra 3.5-inch device, such as a hard drive, or if you want to add something like a media card reader, you can pull this panel out like so, and there you go. The front will be exposed for you. Taking a look at the sides, there's nothing really there. You can see the screw holes for when we actually go to mount this into a PC. Looking at the top, you can see ventilation for our hard drives. This does not have any built-in fans like the Tough Armor series does. It's all passive cooling, and on the back you can see our SATA ports for data and power right here. Now let's see how easy it is to install a 2.5-inch solid state drive. This one is 7mm in thickness, but this drive bay can accept drives up to 9.5mm in thickness. So pretty much any 2.5-inch solid state drive or hard drive is going to fit into one of these drive caddies. Now that was really easy. It took me approximately a minute and 30 seconds to install this 2.5-inch drive into the drive caddy. Most of that time was wasted sifting through these screws trying to find the right one. But as you can see, it is secure in the drive caddy now, and I'm just going to slide it back into the drive bay like so. Lock it into place. And it is ready to go now. Now, while we're at it, why don't we just throw a 3.5-inch device into the drive bay as well. I have a Seagate 80GB Barracuda drive right here, and we're going to install this into the drive bay. Just a note, installing that 3.5-inch drive was an absolute pain. It took me several minutes to do it, and I was frustrated the entire time. So I attacked it a couple different ways. First, I just tried to place the drive flat into the drive bay. That didn't work because the screw holes didn't line up. Then I just tried placing the drive on the table and putting the drive bay over it. The screw holes lined up at that point, but then it was nearly impossible to put these screws into the screw holes. And then I just attacked it by putting the drive bay up on its side and kind of sliding the hard drive in there and holding it in place. That was extremely awkward, but doing that, I was eventually able to get that 3.5-inch Seagate drive installed. So it is possible to get a 3.5-inch drive installed in here. A little bit of a pain in the butt. It's not really a deal breaker, but it's definitely something to note. You're going to have a fun time getting a 3.5-inch drive in here. And I actually really dread doing reviews like this because every time I need to benchmark something, I have to completely tear apart my setup and come up with something really ghetto like this. But as you can see, I have my 120GB 2.5-inch solid state drive hooked up to my desktop right now. I went ahead and ran a benchmark through Crystal Disk Mark with the drive hooked up directly to my PC's SATA 2 ports. Unfortunately, this board is not equipped with SATA 3. I don't have the money for that right now. I'm not going to do that upgrade. But for this, it doesn't really matter because we're really just looking for an overall reduction in speeds when we put this into the drive bay. I don't want to see any reductions in speed because this should be a direct pass-through connection once again, so it shouldn't cause any reductions in speed. But we will see if that's the case when I throw this drive in here and run the benchmark once more. Good news, speeds appear to be unaffected by the drive bay. I tested out both of the interfaces and they were nearly identical as far as performance was concerned. One thing to note though is that this LED indication light on the front of the drive cage, each one has one, where is it? The LED indication light is actually located on this board in the back, and then it flashes up through this little light guide to the front. But that LED indication light does not blink when the drive is being written to or read from. That's not really a big deal. I mean, I personally like my flashy lights, but that's definitely not a deal breaker either. And now here comes the installation into our good old Antec Lamboy. Hopefully it doesn't take too long because I have to run and go to class soon. I would really like to finish this video before I do go off to class because I don't get home till 9 and I'm not doing anything after I get home. So we're just going to slide the bay in through the front like so. There we go. Line it up with that CD drive and make sure the screw holes are aligned. And now I'm just going to secure it using the included screws. So she is in here and ready to go. There is one more thing I do want to check before I conclude this review, and that's to make sure that the spinning hard drive inside the bottom of the drive bay does not make any weird noises. So I'm just going to turn it on right now. I have that hard drive hooked up. I mean, I can hear it spin up, but there are no weird vibrations or any weird noises coming out of that drive bay. Yep, I'm still getting nothing. It's practically silent. I'm gonna touch on this really quick, but at the beginning of this video, I was talking about how you can make this a cheaper equivalent to the Tough Armor MB322SP-B, and you can do that by using this 3.5-inch dual 2.5-inch solid-state drive / 2.5-inch hard drive adapter. I'll link this in the description as well. Basically, all you do with this is take this, place it where the hard drive would go, drop it in there, and the screw holes actually line up with this perfectly. I think they might have been designed to coincide with each other, so it's gonna be a lot easier to install this than it was to install this 3.5-inch hard drive. But basically, once you have this installed, you can fit 4 solid-state drives or 2.5-inch hard drives into a single 5.25-inch bay. Now, overall, I'm impressed. Quality was actually above my expectations. Installing drives, installing it into a 5.25-inch bay, swapping out the drive cages, I mean, all of that was super simple and really quick. The only thing that I didn't really like about this was how hard it was to install install this 3.5-inch hard drive, and I think the installation difficulty may vary depending on your thickness of the device. This hard drive is a little bit thinner than most 3.5-inch drives, so that might have been a factor that contributed to the difficulty of installation. But besides that, I mean, this is a great solution for adding some extra drives and devices into a 5.25-inch bay. Really liking this, and if you want to get one for free, the June giveaway is still open where you could win this along with the bracket adapter. So if you want to check that out, the link will be in the description. That's going to be about it for this review, guys. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns, you can go ahead and post a comment in the comment section. Don't forget to drop a like on this video. If you didn't like this video, please tell me why. Please don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel. If you want to support me, you can use my Amazon or eBay affiliate links, both of which will be in the description. You can also support me through my Patreon account, and don't forget to drop a like on the Facebook page. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you in the next installment of AA Computers and Technology. Gotta run to class now.